That's true.
That's for another time.
As a podcast in a couple months.
Yes.
when things die down a little bit. I'm going to turn down this level. But welcome back, everybody. For All I Know podcast. We have returned.
We are back in motherfucking action.
COVID tried to stop us.
Man.
The losing the old office space tried to stop us. But guess what happened? We upgraded.
Bounce back every time.
Bounce back higher.
This motherfucker is clean too.
It's a little bit chilly in here. It's getting a little bit blue, a little bit cold, crispy.
Right?
Yeah.
Got a whole little makeover to the For All I Know podcast.
Yes, sir. It's looking clean. Shout out to Trent. Follow him on Instagram. I think it's Trent Art. I'll post him on there. I'll put him in the YouTube description. But he painted all the stuff you see in here, except for the ones behind Rawd. We got those from Ashley Home Furniture.
Hey, shout out Ashley Home Furniture.
But yeah, the real dope ones, all the custom stuff, that's all Trent.
I saw Trent in Tahoe.
Did you?
And I saw him and I recognized him. But when you see somebody, you're like, fuck, what's his name? Because we kicked it like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, let me text Travis. I text you, and I'm waiting. I'm like, let me call this motherfucker. I call you.
Yeah.
I don't think you answered, but then you text me right back like, oh, that's Trent.
Yeah.
And then I was chopping it with him at Hard Rock in Tahoe.
That's dope.
Good dude.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a real good dude. He's doing a lot of big stuff, too, a lot of big murals and stuff. I think about a year ago, he just got done doing a mural festival in downtown Livermore, painted a whole bunch of stuff. But it's cool because a lot of my clients that I work with, like they'll open a new restaurant and they'll need a mural done. I'll be like, yo, Trent, get in here.
There's some money for you, man.
Yeah, because he'll do a great job, too. So, and that's the dope thing about recommending friends who are talented at what they do. It's like not only, they'll get the job done and do it well. Yeah. Because I think it's always sketchy, like putting a friend out there to do a job because it's like, oh, I want to hook my friend up. But then if they don't do a good job, it's going to make you look bad.
For sure it does.
So it's always a slippery slope, but he does a good job.
Why do you think a lot of people don't put on their friends when it comes to like the other day I had a homie that I golf with, and he is an electrician. Yeah. And I had another homie that needed some electrician. He needed work done. He needed some fucking work done that the guy I know could do. So I'm like, link it with him. You can put some money in his pocket. He'll probably give you a discount, and then now you get your shit done. Fuck, bro, I cannot talk right now. I'm struggling. P.S. guys, I just got off a fucking plane, went to work for a couple hours, and now I'm here doing the podcast. So excuse my verbiage right now.
He's
but
been
I'm all
going
over
in.
the place. And then I just got back from Vegas, so
yeah,
it's been a long weekend, man.
Slight work.
Yeah.
But so what do you think? So rephrase.
Why
the
don't
question.
people recommend their friends or put on their friends when they have like work they can do, or even liking a post or fucking sharing somebody's shit? What do you think stops people from, giving their friends that shout out?
I think the work specifically, like putting work on, is kind of what I just said in terms of like, we have friends who do things, right? Like, let's be real. Like, I make music. I'm a rapper, right? And like, let's say someone needs a rapper.
Yeah.
It's like they might not recommend me if they know someone way doper who's like you know what I mean? So it's all about like people putting aside the fact that's like, oh, they're a friend, yeah, but if they're not going to be up to the task, I don't want to look bad, Because I've had a couple scenarios like that in the past where it's like I've always been trying to put hella people on, and then I put someone on, and like they don't follow through.
Yeah.
And then the client's like, yo, why didn't this shit get done? Or what the hell? Like,
and it falls on you.
And I'm like, fuck. And then I got to go to my friend and have that difficult conversation. And then it makes the friendship weird. So there's like so many like things that can go wrong that'll either ruin the client relationship or ruin the friendship. So it's like, fuck, unless you're really tight with this person and you can be like super upfront and be like, listen, motherfucker.
Yeah. Have you ever worked with a friend and then kind of the situation went bad?
Oh, multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, cause that's like, like I've always wanted to get put on because like if someone puts me on, like, my business partner put me on.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't let him down yet,
For sure.
So it's like, I've always been in that mentality of like, I'm gonna give people those chances. But a lot of the times, majority of the times, it falls through, because I think part of their mentality too is like, oh, Trav's putting me on. So it's like,
yeah.
If I do mess up, it's Trav, it's my buddy. But it's like, nah, it's like
this is business.
Yeah, business. So it's like if you fuck up, it's on you, but it's gonna make me look bad. And I had to have a couple of those conversations with clients where it's like, yo, I apologize. Like, I thought this person was XYZ, and like, you know, like I made that mistake in the past. I made that mistake in the past, and now he's making that mistake. It's like, that's looking bad on the company as a whole, and like having that whole conversation, it always gets messy. So I don't recommend it.
I mean, being a boss, right? It kind of puts you in that situation where I'm a friendly guy. I don't want to like make work uncomfortable for anybody or be super hard on anybody ever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes you got to be, you know, on people's ass.
Yeah.
And it's like finding that fine line between I'm your boss, but we're also friends. Because I've worked at restaurants with friends before, and it's like, dude, you can't just not show up to work. Like, just because we're friends, you're like, oh, he's not going to really trip like that.
Yeah.
Like, nah, that's not how it works.
Well, and that's the trickiest part, because I've seen that happen a lot in other people's businesses too, because like a lot of companies bring me on almost like as a consulting manager. So I'm kind of like, I am a manager within the company, and I'm helping like facilitate things. Obviously, a lot of it has to do with marketing, but like I witness a lot of these behind the scenes things. And a lot of the times people will get hired and they're strangers to whoever the manager or owner, whoever it is. And as they evolve, they become friends, and then they get too friendly. And then it's like, dude, if you guys go out drinking after work or something like that, and then you both get super hungover, and then you're the boss above that person, but that lower level person has to come into work, and you're giving them a hard time about like, yo, why you late? It's like, oh, well, you know, we was out last night, bro. Like, we both hungover. So then it's like, it's way more lax, and then you lose a lot of that power to kind of discipline and correct.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've seen so many situations where that shit just doesn't work out. So it's like, now it's like, if I hire someone, I'll be their friend, you know, I'll be nice to them.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's never buddy anymore, you know, because it just gets way too muddy. If you tell them to do something, it's a difference of like, they'll do it or they might do it, you know? So
yeah, and it's like, oh, I'll do it on my own terms and my own time, and I'll do it when it's convenient for myself. And it's like, it needs to be convenient for where we're working at right now.
Exactly. And it's like, if you mess up, it's like, no, this isn't like I had you come over and help me move. This is like business. So if you mess up, and like, you might get fucking written up or some shit, you know? It's like, we're keeping record. Like, we're going to have HR at some point, bro. You could get pulled in the office, you know?
Yeah.
So it's real out here.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever had to write up one of your friends?
No, well, it's never been written up for me. It's always been like, hey,
we're not doing business anymore?
Yeah. I've had to let some people go, and like, kind of like, there's been plenty of times, honestly, which is a shame, but like, you know, you got to give people chances, and then, but not no more. Yeah. Handouts are over,
I think
bro.
That's a good way to learn for like yourself and for the other person. It's like, damn, I just ruined this whole relationship with one of my good friends because I wanted to do bad business. Like,
yeah, exactly. And I mean, there always is a point where like time will kind of heal that and then kind of bounce back, but it always is kind of awkward, you know, because it's like, then like you're talking to the clients and shit. It's like, yeah, I apologize. And you're kind of like talking bad about your friend, but you're not really talking bad because like it's all facts. It's like, you didn't show up, or like you did X, Y, Z. It's not like I'm putting emotion behind it. It's all factual.
I think that has a lot to do with people's upbringing, right? It's like, if you're like trained, or your parents taught you that like hard work matters, being a good person matters, you know, respecting your authority matters.
Yeah.
I think every time I've had a problem with someone at work that I was friends with, I think it's always been like, they're a privileged person.
Yeah.
And they're working here because they're like, oh, well, Gerald works there.
Yeah.
He's going to put me on. I'm going to make some more money, and I can kind of do whatever I want. It's like, that's not what it is.
Yeah. Well, and 100%. I could totally see that, because it's, they almost use you as that privilege too. It's like the mentality of a father or a mother hiring their children. It's like, oh, well, my mom's the boss, or oh, my dad's the boss. So it's like you walk in with a certain sense of pride. So it's like if your friend brings you on the team, it's like, oh, well, I know Rawld, so y'all better calm down with that discipline shit because I know Rawld. And then next thing you know, you have to walk in and be like, but Rawld, I know you. And then it's like, nah, not like that.
Not like that.
There's been some instances. I forgot what I was going to say. I probably shouldn't say it then. Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Speaking on something like that, dude, I've been getting super annoyed driving lately.
Dude.
So I was going to ask you, like, what are some of your, like, top pet peeves, bro? Some shit that just, like, irks your soul.
Driving a lot, bro. There's I've been feeling violent lately, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's funny because I've been like back on like my spirituality, mentality, meditation, tranquility hype again, which is dope. But it's like now I see, I guess before I was more blind to it, and now I really see how quick I am to kind of be like, you know, I could
snappy,
just, you know, out of nowhere. Because I was actually pulling out of my street. The reason I laugh is because I've been thinking about Livermore in general, because I moved here with my girlfriend a couple years ago now. It seems like they did everything last minute. Like the streets and the roads seem like it was an afterthought. It didn't seem very like, oh, we're going to have this here and this here. It seemed like halfway through, they're like, oh, shit, we got some houses over here. We need to throw a street. Oh, crap, we need to put a sign over here. Because like I was pulling out. So let me try to illustrate this. My street curves going up, right? And then at the curve, there's also a straight through. So it's like, it's almost like a J if you were to turn a J sideways. So there's a straight line, but then it curves. So the people who have the right of way are on the curve because the lines on the road show that. I was pulling out, going along the curve, and homeboy was going straight, and he thought he had the right of way. So he was like driving towards me, and I didn't stop because I have the right of way. And he honked his horn at me, and something inside of me was, I kept driving. I didn't act on it at all, but something inside of me was like, I'm going to stop this car, hop out, listen, pop, 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 and like start going off, bro.
Man, that's real shit, dude. Driving is like, pisses everyone off, I feel like. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone kind of gets that emotion.
Yeah.
There's been once where I was with my mom and my sister. We were on Bernal, by Safeway and all that shit.
The fairgrounds and shit.
Yeah. And something happened, dude. Someone honked at me and shit, and I was with my mom and my sister. I might have been feeling like, fuck, how you gonna honk at me? I'm with my mom.
Yeah.
So I hop out the car.
Oh, no.
This motherfucker hops out the car. I pop the trunk, grab a bat.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he's just like, we're like, what? Like, what's up? Like, what we about to do? And then my mom's like, get in the car, like yelling and shit. And he's like standing there. So he turns around. I turn around, get in the car. And I'm just thinking like, was it worth it, really?
Yeah, what just happened?
Right, like, testosterone just got out of me. Got into me. Just like, I just really wanted to just go off on this dude.
Well, it's funny. Car situations in general, I was like on a really good positivity hype, which I usually am. Shout out to myself.
Shout out to Lil B.
Yeah, for real, huh? Bass God. But I was driving towards somewhere in Dublin, and I was with my girl, and there was this chick in front of me, and her car was kind of beat up, so obviously my mind is already kind of placing judgments, which isn't good. But regardless, it happened. And then I see her like blatantly like eating some shit, and and like just not even like it accidentally flew out of the car and she just couldn't care for it, but like straight up like crumple, arm out the window, throw. Damn. And like I was like, what the fuck? Like I hate to see that shit because like if that shit just is allowed to happen, that's how cities just start to slowly fall apart. You know, it's a whole bunch of small things, and then like shit, the roads get fucked up. There's way more homeless people. People stop caring, you know, and shit just goes downhill. So I honk my horn.
Why are you talking about Oakland, bro? Why are you talking about my city, bro? What the fuck?
So I honk the horn, and I kind of like lean out the window, and be like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm like, hey, what the fuck? Like let her know, like you can't be doing that. And it pisses her off. She like not even like leans out, but like full on like arches out of the car and like yells at me. And then like she like speeds off all crazy. And then I'm like pulling away. And then like she tries to like pull up beside me and like is yelling. But like she's like swerving and going so fast that like the car's like, you can see the weight of the car like shaking
about
and
to
shit.
Tip over and shit.
Yeah. But people in cars are crazy. I saw a Range Rover like that blasting down the freeway, and same shit. It was just like, vroom, 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 because they were like going 120 in a range, swerving through traffic. You know, like the only time I've ever like hit 120 was like straight. I ain't turning for nothing, because your shit will flip.
Bro, going that fast gets scary, bro. Yeah.
No, thank you, bro.
I don't like that shit.
I ain't trying to die.
Nah. I mean, being younger, just really thinking about it, there's some times we did some dumb shit, like especially going to Ruby Hill or something. Shout out to my boy Jordan in the Mustang. We used to do some stupid shit, bro, just like trying to get somewhere hella fast. And
well, we've gotten into some, I'm not going to say any names, and I'm not even sure these people would hear the podcast in the first place, but you know who they are. It was like me, it was 4 of us total, and we were mobbing down Sonol, and I think it was his Mustang. and we were going crazy, and we were on some shit, like a concoction of things, and we were mobbing, and we hit a little lip. And do you know the golf course on Sonol, and then you go up, and then you're up in Castlewood, yeah. And there's a golf course. It's like if you're coming down Sonol, and then the bridge is on the right side. There's like we hit this little bump, and we are midair, like boom, and slam into this like this guardrail, smack, like we all like come to a little bit. But like we weren't phased because we were on a concoction of some shit. Yeah. So like we weren't like, oh my God. We were like, well, let's get our things, and like gathered our stuff and like hopped out the car. And then the homie who was driving, who was intoxicated a little bit, was like, all right, I'm gonna stay here. We're like, okay. And we were just like started walking the other way, but like we could have died. So yeah, being young and dumb is for sure a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think one of my biggest pet peeves right now is sense of urgency. Like it could be a lot of things, but like, I think the most recent one was, I had someone give me a ride somewhere, and we get in the car, and like they're doing everything but starting the car. Yeah. It's like, bro, fucking start the car. Let's go where we gotta go, because like what are we sitting here for like it's like 5 minutes before we start the car. It's fuck, you gotta look in the mirror, put on your glasses, put on your fucking chapstick, you know what I mean? Pick the perfect song. You skip 20 songs to get to the song you want. Like, let's fucking go. Yeah,
I can imagine someone like getting in the driver's seat and you're in the passenger seat, and like they sit down and they're like, okay, and then like they put their drink down in the cup holder, and okay, and they pick it up and then open it up. Bruh. Okay, and then put it back down, and like taking their sweet ass time, and you're just like kind of tapping your foot, like, the fuck, let's go,
let's get out of here, man, let's go. Or there's been a few times I got like a ride somewhere, and the motherfucker has to warm up their car. Which I totally get. I totally get it.
But at the same time,
fuck, dude, I gotta go.
Yeah. Let's get moving. So my biggest pet peeve right now is kind of in the same vein of sense of urgency, but like short notice shit. Because my whole business, right? The whole point of I started a business, obviously to make money, but to do my own thing and to make my own schedule. Yeah. And a lot of my clients, I tell them all when I sign them up, because they're on monthly, so it's not like a little project. It's like I'm with them for a long period of time. And I tell them, I'm like, yo, give me a heads up. I don't work on Sundays, and give me a heads up. Yeah. You know, it's like I try not to work on the weekends, but I will if you give me a heads up. And like I'm talking like at least a week, so I can put it in my schedule, because I got a lot of things going on. And like, okay, perfect. And like, okay, cool. They get it. Fast forward like 2 weeks, night before, they're like, hey, we need you to come out and shoot this thing or do this thing tomorrow. I'm like, what? Like, what? No, I can't. And half the time, I'll make up some shit. Right? They hopefully don't hear this, but like straight up, I'll make some shit up, because you can't be pressing my time like that.
That's bad business.
It's bad business. Yeah. You know? And it's like, it happens all the time. I'm like, yo. And then I'll tell them again. It's like, hey, I can make it this time. I got you, because I care about your business and I want you to succeed. But next time, please give me a heads up. Please. And it just keeps happening. So now it's like that shit happens. I get real pressed.
You ever put it in your contract? Like, if you let me know less than a week in advance, I'm going to charge you this X amount of money.
That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. Because then it's like, if money's involved, they'll get the message real fucking quick.
You know what I mean?
Because I'm on a retainer right now, but it's like, that would be like it's like almost like not like a late fee, but like a late notice fee, you know? Yeah. Which is a real good idea, because they'll get the message. And the funny part is, right, they always act like it's like, oh, well, it came up last minute. But then like I'm smart, so I'm like looking through the email threads, and I see that they were forwarding it from someone who told them a week prior. I'm like, oh, so you knew on Monday, and it is for Saturday, and you're telling me Friday night, acting like you just found out.
Yeah, it's like bullshit. Yeah, now I really don't want to help you.
Exactly. It's like, who the hell? Half the time I'll be like, oh, I'm pretty slammed, because I usually am. I'm always running around doing shit. But like, I'm like, oh, I'm slammed. I'll see if I can move it around. And then if I do get a couple seconds, be like, I got you. My schedule cleared up. So at least I'm getting the work done for them, because I know they need it done, but still, it just pisses me off, man. So
I respect that. I mean, shit, you got your time. You got a life. Yeah. You got a family. You got a girl. Like, shit.
Well, I'm trying to do the podcast shit, the music shit. It's like that's another thing I'm learning as I really like kind of grow up. Not even grow up, but like, you know, become a better man. Is like scheduling free time. You know, it's like, yeah, I have free time, but like I scheduled that shit, you know? So it's not like it's free time. It's like that's time scheduled for myself. You know, it's not like, oh, I just stumbled upon a couple free hours. It's like, no, I am going to be chilling, not doing shit for 3 hours, 4 hours on Friday, you know? That's another hard thing too, is trying to set a schedule, because I want to not work after 5.
So shout out to my girl, and then shout out to Jay-Z, because I think the last like 3 years, I've been like really on my schedule, and I could be a lot better. Yeah. But like as far as knowing what's on my schedule, seeing it visually, like in my phone or whatever. Yeah. I used to just be off the mind. Like, fuck, okay, I got to be here at X, Y, and Z. Yeah. But like actually having your Google Calendar. Yeah. Seeing what you got to do, when you got to do it. Yeah. I saw this one thing Jay-Z said, and he's like, I can literally go back 365 days and show you what I did every single day. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, like, that's how life needs to be. Or like, that's how you need to be organized if you want to be a successful person, right? Yeah. Like,
well, and that's like super smart, because I was on that tip for a while, and it's super nice, because then you wake up and instead of like the first 30 minutes of the day or whatever, you're sitting there like, so what do I have to do? It's like, nah, I got to do this, I got to do this, and I got to do this. And then if, like you're talking about, if there's that late fee or whatever involved with the notice, it's like you don't have to trip about something popping up, you know? And if something pops up and it is a real emergency,
you get paid for it.
You get paid for it, or like, and then you get it done, you know? And then it's like, cool, I have this many hours extra, instead of just kind of like stumbling through the days, which I feel like a lot of people do.
I've been working with a lot of managers lately at the company I work for, and it's funny to see them try to manage, right? Because they'll like give direction and delegate things that need to be done, but they don't set a time limit on when it needs to be finished. Yeah. And that's my big thing. Like, oh, I need all this taken care of. I need it done by 11:30.
Yeah.
Right? And then they're like, okay. And then if they don't get it done by 11:30, then they're like, you know, something came up, or, you know, I tried really hard to get it done, but it was just a lot of work. Cool, I totally understand it. Yeah. But at least I set that limitation, or that expectation of, this needs to be done by this time. And I think a lot of people work better like that.
Oh, well, and it makes everything a lot more functional, and it gives everything a structure. A lot of the people I help, there's structure, but there's not much structure, and it's like the nature of the business, you know, be it real estate, hospitality, restaurants, bars, you know, it's a lot more of a kind of like as it comes business. Yeah. But being able to set deadlines, and like a lot of the times I've been trying to implement, because I'm trying to write this whole playbook, right? Because I've been running business for like almost 4 years now, and I've just been doing it off top. You know, praise God, I've been doing it well and getting paid for it. But like in terms of trying to translate it to somebody coming on staff, it's like trying to write that playbook. And part of that playbook I'm trying to write is setting deadlines and asking clients deadlines. It's like, okay, cool, you need this video made, or you need this part of your website updated, or you want to launch this campaign for marketing, but when do you need it done by? Is there a sense of urgency to it? Is this something that I could do over the next couple of days, or do you need this by like tomorrow? You know, and then it kind of funnels them, and it gets them used to being, you know, aware of, oh, there is a time and a schedule around this shit, you know?
Especially with like social media and marketing, that shit matters, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, posting stuff at the right time, you know, making sure that it gets seen by the right people, all that shit matters.
Yeah. And I think that's like an interesting part about business, is like there always becomes, I've been finding myself in this situation a lot lately, is like there comes to a point where, it's business, but I don't, just because you're bringing me business doesn't mean I need your business. And if you push the wrong buttons, bye-bye, motherfucker. You know, because I cut a couple clients off for like, you know, pressing my time too much, and like not appreciating my time, you know, and not appreciating the product. And like, you get a lot of people always say, and like this is some good advice for people out there. Everybody's like, oh, all money's good money. All publicity is good publicity. Shut the hell up. That's not true. Like all money is not good money. If that money is devaluing you as a person, if that money is just like destroying your balance in life, if it's taking too much of your time up, it doesn't make sense. No. I could get, let's say, just to throw a number out there, let's say $1,000. I get $1,000 from this one client and $1,000 from this other client. This one client, client A and client B. Client A is very low maintenance, right? They come and say, oh, well, I need this done. Okay, cool. I talk to them once a month. I get the job done. Everything's beautiful. Client B is like, oh, I need this done. You get the thing done, but they're like, oh, is it almost done? Oh, is it done? Oh, I like this, but oh, can we tweak this? Oh, can we tweak that? Oh, can we do this? Okay, that's cool. But now can you do this? And can you do this? And can you do this? Like, oh, you only said we're going to do this, but okay, but yeah, but it shouldn't be too hard to do that, right? And oh, hey, oh, bye, oh.
It's like client, you hired me to do one thing. You told me what you wanted, and now you're changing it.
And they're penny pinchers or whatever it might be. They're trying to like add more stuff on or get a discount. It's like, okay, if I'm going to get a discount for you, I'm not going to work as hard. You know, it's just like the nature of the mentality.
That's real
shit.
So
all money is not good money. It's like you need to work with people who understand that you are a business as well, or you are offering a good and a service, and they value that. They're not looking at you like this like stepping stone or this kind of this like, you know, this crony or like, you know, there was a adage, a saying I always used to believe is like, you can tell the value of a person by how they treat people lesser than them. And the way I kind of digested that through my thought process is like, you should look for people who will talk to a CEO the same way they would talk to a janitor.
Yeah.
You know, and I've come across a lot of people in business who will talk to a CEO and treat a janitor like trash. You know, and those are the worst. I don't care how people try to defend them.
No, it's the worst.
Yeah. Get those people away. You know, you don't want any of those people around.
Dude, I went to a restaurant with a friend once, and I think something spilled on the table, and this fool starts snapping at the fucking
oh my god
waitress. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? He's like, I'm trying to get them to clean. I'm like, that's not how this works, bro. They're gonna spit in our food, literally.
For real.
And I was like, now I don't want to eat here, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're snapping at them. Like, who does that, bro?
Well, and like that's like, I think it's, again, it comes down to like how we were raised.
Home training
And like the discipline, you know, and like working hard. Because like I've worked in restaurant industry, and like if I get the wrong order, I might just live with it. Unless it's like way off and I'm allergic to some shit, or if like I really, really, really don't want what they gave me.
Yeah.
If it's a little bit off, or like they accidentally added pickle, or like I'm not gonna trip, you know, and it's not their fault, you know, they're busy back there, whatever. It's like, why add to the issue? You know, but if it's like way off, you know, and like I'm allergic to fish, and it's like, no.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I mean, shout out to my homie Tim. We used to go out and eat all the time, and he was just like, if my order comes out and it's not right, I'm sending it back every single time. I don't care if it's 5 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, why would you do that? Like, you're just making a problem. And he's like, I paid my hard-earned money for this meal.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to be exactly how I want it.
Yeah.
So I get that too, but then working in a restaurant business, you know, previously, I've seen some gross ass shit happen.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'd rather that not happen to me.
Yeah.
Like that. Like,
for real. Well, because you can never be too safe, man. I think this might just be a podcast about pet peeves at this point, because another pet peeve is...
Dude, no, real quick.
Yeah.
I was talking to 2 of my good homies. They're getting married soon. Shout out to them. And they used to work at In-N-Out. And I was like, I never have ever ate at In-N-Out and questioned anything.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, it's always the same. It's always how I want it. And they were like, they're rolling their eyes like,
oh no,
you just don't know. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, In-N-Out? Really?
Yeah.
So I just had to say that. Like,
well,
never trust that shit. You
for
never
real,
know.
man. Don't trust any processed foods in general, bro. It should kill you eventually.
It's true.
But another pet peeve is people who don't take responsibility. That might be my biggest pet peeve of all. It's like, if you mess up and you try to sweep it under the rug or try to blame somebody else, grow the fuck up. You know, it's like, and a lot of the time it's not young people. It's like older people. I've worked with some people where like there was this whole project we were running, right? And we had a supervisor who was like facilitating my team, and we were in there executing amazingly, right? We were like turning big numbers for these people, and like it was dope. But this guy was acting like a know-it-all. Like, he's the type of person, like, if I'm talking to you, he's like, anyways, and then start, like, everything you said went right through his head, and he's on some other shit, and then he comes back with what you just said and pretends like he just thought of it, and then takes the credit, like, oh yeah, I just thought of a great idea. And it's like, that's what I literally just told you 2 seconds ago. But like, there was this whole situation. We were launching this thing, and we were like, hey, make sure you do this, because if you don't do this, this is going to be down. Like, it was a website. Like, this website's going to go down, right? We need to make sure the website's up. Otherwise, we're not going to get any traffic. The orders are going to be down. It's going to be a huge problem. Like, make sure you get this done. And he was like, okay, yeah, of course. Oh, it'll be done. Oh, it'll be done. Don't you worry. It'll be done. Like, super confident. Day comes, doesn't get done. And then the website goes down. Next thing you know, all these phone calls coming into my team. What's going on? We're like, hey, like, that's not us. It's homeboy. Like, it's the dude. It's the guy you look up to. Yeah, it's like your team. That's you guys. Mm-hmm. Like, we told him. He told us. And then he fires back in the group chat like, what the hell? I can't believe you guys. You guys call yourself marketing people? Who would ever let this go down? I can't believe you let this happen. And I came in real quick. I was like, listen, first of all, you don't talk to me like that. And you are we can show the text messages. We told you, we gave you a heads up. This was your responsibility. And he just kept deflecting, and didn't take responsibility. And it sucked because the other people, I guess they might've been friends, the other people involved, but they like let it happen. Mm-hmm. And if you see some shit that you know is wrong and you let it happen, a part of you dies.
For sure.
Like, that is like the worst thing you can allow to happen. Like, if you witness one of your friends do something wrong, like treating someone poorly, and you want to speak up and you know you should speak up, but you don't.
Yeah, that's some fuck shit.
Yeah, you are defeating yourself, and a part of you dies. And then it's like you allow the world to get one up on you every single time. But yeah, people who don't take responsibility, man, it's like, just own up, suck it up, because you're,
And that's the only way to grow.
Yeah, for real.
You have to make mistakes.
Yeah.
No one's perfect, right? Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Pet peeves, man.
Yeah, for real. I get a lot more and more every day.
I know, right? I had like all these lists of pet peeves, and now I can't really think of any besides fucking driving and sense of urgency. Sense of urgency, though, is like number one. Easy.
Yeah.
To switch it up a bit, I just got back from Vegas.
Uh-oh.
And Vegas is Vegas.
Vegas is
Vegas. Crazy shit going on. Yeah. Everyone's drunk. Saw a guy fall down an escalator.
Oh, man.
There's nuts shit happening, right? But I just had to ask you, how do you feel about your girl going to Vegas without you? Or do you think your girl will let you go to Vegas without her?
I think we would let each other go without each other, but I think there would definitely be a talk beforehand.
Yeah.
A kind of a talk where it's like, hey, listen, it's Vegas.
Strippers and cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like, first of all, be safe, you know. Don't put yourself in a situation. It's sketchy. It's Vegas, not only is it Vegas, but it's like, it's Vegas. Like, be fucking careful. Shit happens out there. Yeah. Be safe. But more than that, like, have fun. Enjoy yourself. But know where the fucking line is. It's like, yeah, I get it. Like, I'm kind of speaking as if I was my girl talking to me. It's like, yeah, I get it. Like, you might go to a strip club. Mm-hmm. I get it. It's Vegas. You're with all the guys, and like they have girls too.
You're gonna tip.
Yeah, but like don't. But don't
go in a private room.
Yeah. Don't push it. Don't push it. And I think it's just like it's a conversation.
I think I've dated girls who I probably would have not been okay with going.
Yeah, well, and that's a girl you shouldn't be dating.
Exactly, right? And that's just kind of how you think about it.
Yeah.
But then at like certain points in my life, I probably wouldn't have been fine going to Vegas by myself either, right?
Yeah.
So
that all depends on where you're at in life.
Yeah. Because I saw so many beautiful young women in Vegas, and I'm like, would their boyfriends be happy or would their husbands be happy? But hey, maybe they got a hall pass. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother conversation. Hall passes are crazy. How do you feel about hall passes?
I wouldn't give one.
No?
Hell no.
Here's an interesting way to think about it.
All right,
you die. You're going to die one day, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And
I'll be in the metaverse, but physically.
Yeah. But like, you should die with no regrets, right? That's why part of the reason we're doing a podcast is because it's like, oh, fuck it, let's throw shit at the wall until something sticks. Like, it's better to kind of say you did it than regret not doing it.
For sure.
But when it comes to that, obviously it's like a different realm. But like, there's certain things I feel like that, like, put it this way. Let's say Halle Berry. What's it good? Who's like
the baddest in the league right now? I don't know, man. Kim Kardashian.
let's say
Zendaya.
Sure. Let's say
like Zendaya. I think she's cute.
let's say, okay, let's put it this way, just so it's a little bit more out of reach, so we don't get into trouble. Let's say Beyonce, Zendaya,
Rihanna.
Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, all were morphed into one super woman, right?
Yep.
And she came up to you one day and was like, "Yo, what's up, bro? Hey."
I'm going to say, hey, let's invite my girlfriend. And if she's down, we can all have fun together. But if not, it'll just be me and you.
Well, because imagine that. Let's say you were like, nah, I can't, you know?
Yeah.
And
I mean, the girl you just described is the most beautiful woman ever, right?
Yeah.
Like all those girls morphed into one.
Yeah.
I don't think any person in their right mind
could say no.
Fuck, dude. I mean, who are all the hottest guys in the world? I don't fucking know. But like, just imagine all of them.
David, what's his name? Beckham?
Oh, the soccer player?
Yeah, I feel like all the girls like him.
David Beckham.
Who's that dude? Is it Chris Hemsworth? Or who's the guy that was like a heartthrob for hella long?
You just said one white dude. You got to say a black guy now.
Oh, okay. Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan. Thank you. See? Shout out to the brothers.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. So say we had, you would give your girl a fucking hall pass to sleep with the hottest guy in the world, because girls are different, bro.
Yeah.
When they get like that, I feel like they get attached after like physical stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like a guy can do something like that and be like, that was just that.
Yeah.
But I think
women are different.
I think sex is different for women.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, I just do. I mean, I'm not a woman. I don't know. But I just feel like, they care more. They have more feelings. Mm-hmm. They're more intelligent. So they kind of will probably see the future more with that person.
Well, I think it is all case by case too. And I think it depends on how long you've been in the relationship. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, let's say you're 40 years deep into a relationship. Like, honestly, it's very hard to maintain that, because I think what it comes down to is the sense of unknown is what makes like that sexual attraction so robust. Because you can love someone and like love like sustains very long, but like that sense of like you're dating someone for the first time and there's that sense of mystery, and that's what gives it that kind of like
thrill.
The thrill, exactly. And like to maintain that thrill in a relationship is probably one of the hardest things you can do, and you have to actively work at it, but I think that's what that represents. It's like still, and I think that's a big reason why people cheat, is because it's that thrill. It's like they're not chasing the love or like that person for who they are. They're just like chasing that thrill, and like that. Yeah. I
knew this older lady and I asked her like, oh, you've been married 50 years. Like, what, how? And she's like, I mean, you just got to let shit go sometimes. I'm like, what do you mean by that? She's like, well, say he cheated on me. You think I'm going to throw away 40 years for one night? I was like, damn. I mean, puts it in perspective, right? Like, you have this whole life with a person, all these memories, you built a family, you got grandkids, all this shit. And then one night someone fucks up, him or her. What are you going to do? Like, you're going to throw away your whole life that you built with this person over one night?
Well, and that's like an interesting way to think about it. I was like really thinking about the idea of marriage recently, and like, don't get excited. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to my girl right now. Don't get excited just because I'm thinking about something. But like the whole idea of marriage, right? Like, I really enjoy the idea of celebrating love between two people and bringing your family and friends and like being like, we're in love, woo, and like having a big ass party for it.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to the legal binding shit, that's what kind of throws me off, because it kind of is encapsulated in what you just said. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to throw away 40 years. So the person who cheated in that, I feel like a part of the reason people do that shit is like, oh, well, getting a divorce is a lot of fucking work. It's like, why not just do this shit? She's not going to divorce me, or he's not going to divorce me, because we've been together for so long and it's going to be so much legwork. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times marriage traps people into unhealthy relationships because it's so much work to get divorced.
Yeah.
You have to go through all the legal stuff, and then it's like, well, shit, you're already sharing a home, and how do you know who takes the dog and the couch? And it's like, there's so much shit that has to get divided. It's like, fuck, we might as well just stick through and pretend like we love each other, and then it's like this whole fucking thing. you know, so.
It'd be so weird, like growing up, when I first moved out here, I would like hear, oh yeah, my parents don't sleep in the same bed. And I'm just like, I just thought that was the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
Like, how is that a real thing? Like, my parents have always slept in the same bed. My grandparents have always slept in the same bed. But I think financially, a lot of these people are at a different level than what I grew up around.
Yeah.
So, you know, getting a divorce would fuck up so much shit, I think, financially, that they're like, let's live this perfect life still. You know, you live good, I live good.
Yeah.
And we just kind of coexist with our families instead of.
Relationships are a real tricky thing. Like I was telling my girl, because like, you know, everybody has insecurities, you know. I feel like you have to be grown up enough to be able to admit that, you know, everyone has insecurities. I have insecurities. She has insecurities. I'm sure you have insecurities, et cetera. But she was kind of speaking on like, oh, well, like, you know, like sometimes I get worried that like, you know, when you're at the office super late, because I'll be in this bitch it's fucking late, you know, and I could totally see from her perspective, it's like, oh, Travis been out late. Is he really working? You know, it happens so often. He could be living a whole second life. I don't know. Yeah. And I told her, I was like, I'm not stupid enough to cheat because I know her family. She knows my clients. She knows my family. She knows my friends. I know her friends. It's like we're so embedded in each other's lives that like if I really wanted to get out of it, I would be smart enough to talk to her about it. Be like, listen, I'm not happy anymore. I've been having ideas of cheating, blah, 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 blah. Because if I did cheat, then it's like her family will get pissed off at me. My family will probably get pissed off at me. My friends might, because they like her, they'll probably get pissed off at me. Yeah. My clients will look at me different. It's like, oh, Trav's the type to fucking go behind this girl he spent X many years with. Who knows what he might do business-wise? They start looking at me different. It's not like you're just affecting this one person. You're affecting everybody who knows you guys as a happy couple. Yeah. Because it turns not just to Travis cheated. It turns into Travis cheated and he broke up a happy home, you know? Yeah. So I think people don't really think of that longevity because, like, I know personally if I ever was having second thoughts or, like, wanted to do something like that, there'd be a big-ass conversation first with the significant other in question.
Makes sense, man.
Yeah. It's really, but yeah, relationships are.
Vegas is
See,
Vegas is a place where
that explains Vegas right there.
A lot of shit gets fucked up.
Yeah, man. I've heard some stories of some buddies
going to Vegas, huh?
Going to Vegas and just going crazy. And it's like, it's fun to live vicariously, but I don't know, man. Like there was a part of me in the past who would have done that shit with like some of the relationships that I used to be in, where it's like clearly we weren't a good match for each other. And like, who even knows if you could categorize it as a serious relationship? You know, it's like, fuck, if I was in Vegas, you know.
You're doing your thing.
Sorry. Huh? But like now there's no way in hell. And it's like, it's scary because why put yourself in a tempting situation?
That's true too.
You know,
Vegas is the most tempting situation. I don't think it gets any more tempting than that.
Well, because there's like a certain like something's in the air. You know, it's not like guys are just going for girls. It's like girls are going for guys.
It's like everyone's there for a reason. Yeah. Right. I mean, either it's a bachelorette party, bachelor party, you know, or a family outing. Like I just went recently, and it was for March Madness, but like my girl and a bunch of her family were there. So it was like, it was a family thing, right? It wasn't like we're strip club. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we didn't even go to a club, bro. We just ate hella good, drank some Cristal. Yeah. That shit was dope. That's tight. And just bet on sports games and play craps. Like that was it.
Yeah, that's good.
But then like all around me is like
flashing lights and
flashing motherfucking lights.
And curves and drink.
I wasn't looking, but.
Oh, okay.
Bro, I'm sure she was looking too. Shit. Yeah. Everyone's looking.
Well, we were just talking about, we won't get too deep into it, but we were just talking about how it's foolish to think that like the person you're with, you will only ever find them attractive. Yeah. You know, the way I view relationships and even attraction in general is like.
It's blasphemy.
It's blasphemy. Like, you know, it's all statistics. Yeah. It's like, I'd like to think that I am 99% compatible with my girl. There might be a girl who's 99.9% compatible out there for me. And
you'll never meet her.
I know, but like, what are the odds? Yeah. And I'm not going to gamble. It's like, it's all a gamble. Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to, if I got a 99%, I'm not gambling that I might get the 99.1 or above. Yeah. But if I had a 50%, I might gamble.
For sure.
You know? Yeah. So it's like, when to think that you would only find that one person attractive. There's always going to be more attractive people out there, you know, and like vice versa, men, women. So I assume my girl obviously finds other people attractive, but look all you want. But
I mean, it's the truth, right? Like, I've asked my girl that, and she's like, obviously, and she asked me, obviously, right?
Yeah,
like, I just think it's dumb to think that this one person that you met only finds you attractive. They only think you're hot. Like,
it's selfish and ignorant. Yeah.
See, and that's how you get into an unrealistic relationship with someone, right? It's like you have all these like unreal expectations and like, just dumb.
Yeah. Well, that's what a lot of people I don't think realize. Like, relationships are tough, man. I feel like relationships are the toughest thing. Like, don't get me wrong, business is fucking hard. Taxes. There's a lot of difficult shit out there. Accounting. But regardless, relationships are one of the most difficult things. And, like, there's so many different ways that, like, obviously you learn from a lot of your past relationships. And one way I've been trying to really view relationships is, like, not as two people, but, like, when you come together, it's like a relationship is almost like this idea that you have to take care of. It's like an animal or a pet. It's like a
child, right?
Or
it's
a
like
child.
You gotta nurture it. You have to make sure it's like.
It's not like you have to look out for yourself and look out for her. It's like you both have to look out for each other, but then you have to look out for this child that is your relationship. You have to nurture it. You have to make sure the romance is good. You have to make sure you're talking about it and figuring, like, airing shit out and, like, making sure everybody's all good. So it's like, it's hard to maintain, and I think a lot of people mess up, and it's crazy in the world we live in now. There's not that many good role models. I don't know. I can't really name that many, like, very happy homes in terms of, because I've always been the type of person to, like
entertainment-wise, or just, like, friends?
Friends, entertainment. Like, I can't think, like, look at fucking Will and Jada, you know?
Dude.
It's like, where are the role models anymore, bro?
Oh, bro.
It's like there's financial role models, and there's, like, other whatever hobbyist role models, but in terms of, like, happy couple, like, examples of a great marriage role model, I can't find any.
Barack and Michelle, bro.
You're talking politics now, bro. That's already a whole nother conversation, man.
Oh, shit. So since we were talking about pet peeves, I'll do one first. A pet peeve that you have for your girlfriend. I'll let you think about it.
Oh, no.
Mine is like, I'm using the bathroom, like, I mean, she's talking to me. Like, bro, leave me alone, dude. I'm fucking pissing right now. Like, I'm using the bathroom. Like, why are you talking to me? Like, let me do my thing.
Yeah. I don't have any pet peeves. I love my girl. She's the best.
Of course she is. That's hilarious.
Nah, there's dumb shit. Let me think. How many happened today? No, I'm playing. I'm playing. No, and that's the dope thing. It's like, you know, it's easier to work on pet peeves with, like, her.
Yeah, someone you actually love and care about.
Because if it really is an issue, you can, like, tell them. Or, like, it's probably usually an issue with you first. Because, like, even in your situation, it's like, is she really in the wrong for trying to talk to you while you're in the bathroom?
No,
or
it's
is it
like
just something that randomly?
It's like, I don't like to be disturbed while I'm doing business.
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly. One of my pet peeves, though, is like, I'll work all day. She works all day, too. I'm not trying to say she doesn't work all day. Don't get mad at me. I'm, like, trying to save my ass before it even happens. But, like, I'll work all day, right? I'm running around nonstop. I'll try to hit the gym if I have time, and then I'm trying to work on music, and then I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to improve my business. Like, all this shit's going on. And then I'll finally get home and relax at, like, 7 or 8 or whatever, and she gets home at, like, 5, 6 maybe, and there's dishes in the sink, right? And it's like, my mentality is like, yeah, cool, I'll get to it in the morning while I'm, like, making coffee.
God, bro,
and she's like, hey, can we finish the dishes before we go to bed? I'm like, what?
Bro.
No.
Oh, bro.
I've been working all day, and you think if I'm getting ready for bed, I'm getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
Like, the most I'm doing is brushing my teeth and washing my face.
And laying my ass down.
Yeah. Anything outside of that is not part of the plans. It's like, if you want to do the dishes, you can leave some for me in the morning, but I'm not touching that shit.
Bro, I am the same fucking way, dude. I think it's from my childhood, though. Because, like, my mom would literally, like, that was the one thing I fucking had to do.
Yeah.
Wash the motherfucking dishes.
Yeah.
So, like, now I'm an adult. I don't live with my mom anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, dude, I would get to those dishes in a couple days.
Yeah.
Like, not like that. Like, I live alone. You're not going to stack up crazy, but fucking bowl, plate, a cup, shit can sit.
Yeah.
But she's like, oh, no. Wash the motherfucking dishes before you go to bed. And I'm like, this is like my mom all over again.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I work with a lot of restaurants, so I get a lot of free food, right? I always joke, if I was single, I would never have to buy food. like I would just eat for free, which is dope. But like it's funny because she'll cook food, and a lot of times I just eat food when I'm out and about, like running from different restaurants, doing what I do, and I'll come home and I won't be hungry. And then like, let's say like the week goes on, the dishes start to pile up or whatever if they're not getting done. And then she's like, the dishes are getting out of control. And I'm like, cool, I'll do it. You know, like I'll do something, I'll help you out, whatever. And I'll like go over there and she's like hard pressing me about it. And I'll look at the dishes and I'm like, counting.
You ain't used none of that shit.
Yeah, I'm counting them up. I'm like, not me. Hold up. I didn't cook shit this week. You got 3 pots in here that's taking up all the room. Yeah. It's like, it's not like a whole bunch of coffee cups that are taking up a whole bunch. It's like, there's only like 8 dishes and it's full because 5 of them are these big ass pots and pans that are taking up all the room.
That you didn't use.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, well, I had to cook dinner. I'm like, you didn't cook dinner for me. Yeah. Like, I already ate. You know, I feel, yeah.
That's a big one, bro.
Yeah.
Dishes are a fucking big one.
Yeah.
And she didn't like when I used the dishwasher, bro.
Oh, wow.
Like, she rather, like, yeah, dude.
Huh.
And it's like, washing them by hand, you get to clean them more, right?
Yeah.
You get to pay attention to each dish. And I think in a dishwasher, it kind of goes everywhere.
Yeah.
But it actually saves water in a dishwasher.
Really?
It does. Huh. So, I don't know, bro.
Well, that's kind of an interesting conversation because how I do dishes, right, is I'll, like, rinse them out. And then if I visibly see shit, I'll take the sponge and like scrub it down till I can't see shit, and then I'll put it in the dishwasher.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
And the reason I do that, and I'm not a huge fan of like liking to air dry shit unless it's like, oh, I got a glass of water and I just like, you know, clean the rim and then throw it back because it's fucking water, you know, clean it out real quick and let it air dry. But the reason I like to put shit in the washing machine, or dishwasher I should say, is because it gets so hot that it's gonna zap anything,
all that shit,
you know. So even if it doesn't get hit directly, that heat is gonna zap all the bacteria off, you know. So like when there's like like we eat dinner and like the plate's been sitting out for like a couple hours and like the sauce or whatever might get like crusted on there, and then you go to wash it and air dry it, I'm like, nuh-uh, we're putting that shit in the dishwasher. Yeah, because like I don't, you know,
Put it up to me, I'm putting everything in the dishwasher.
Facts, bro. I'll put pots, I'll put stainless steel, I'll put cutting boards. I don't give a shit,
I'm not fucking with it, bro.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Yeah. Dude. It's like we have it for a reason. I'm not going to sit there and scrub.
It was just such a chore growing up. Like, my mom was on her ass about the dishes, bro. So, like, I could finally grow up, get my own place, and let that shit sit for a couple of days. I would do it.
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah. The dream is to have someone to do it for you. That's the thing about, like, getting maids. Dude, the funny thing, like, I've been thinking about getting a maid.
I just had a lady clean my house. Yeah. Recently, my apartment. She did a fucking great job. And you know what the fucked up part was, dude? I had dishes in the sink, and I was thinking like, all right, I'm gonna fucking wash them before she comes.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I was like, damn, I gotta do laundry too. All right, I'm gonna go do my laundry, and then next thing you know, she's at the house. Yeah. So and then I didn't expect her to do the dishes. She did the dishes, bro.
Oh wow,
great lady.
Well, and that's the funny part is
$60, bro. The whole house is clean. Yeah. $60, bro.
Well, I got a landscaper who comes twice a month, and it's like $80 a month. I'm like, oh yes, please.
Right,
like, bro. Like what? This would have taken me 4 hours. Dude. $80, yes.
Take my money, please.
Yeah. But with the whole maid thing, it's like I'm like because I was gonna get a maid. It's like, oh, we're gonna have a maid come once a month, just like shit's like tip top, you know. And I was thinking about it. It's like, well, fuck, like before the maid comes, you got to do the dishes. You should do the laundry. You should put away like any valuables just so it's like doesn't get misplaced.
And then half the shit's done now.
And then it's like, why even get a maid at that point? It's like if I'm doing all the work ahead of time, it's like, oh, let me wash my car before I go take it to get it washed. It's like, what?
The craziest shit I would hear growing up in Pleasanton was, clean up your room, the cleaners are coming. Like, what the fuck did you just say? Yeah. Clean up your room, the cleaners are coming? Yeah. Crazy, bro. Yeah. Crazy.
It's weird, bro. Yeah. It's a weird thing.
It's a privilege, though.
Yeah, it really is a privilege. And I'm shout out to all the cleaning people out there because, fuck, the world would be a dirty place without them.
I was just saying at the Aria, and I was thinking to myself, fuck, dude, like, I don't think I could ever do their job, bro.
Yeah, no way.
It's a hard job, man. Yeah. And people are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Certain work is just for certain people. Yeah. You know, and certain work ethics is for certain people. It's a hard job, bro. Yeah. It's a hard job.
It's not easy. It's like being a mechanic and all that stuff. Anything that I'm not already doing, I don't want to do.
hey, real shit. Yeah, I respect that. Yeah. Dude, bro. Great podcast.
Yeah, honestly, I want to keep going, but I was just looking at the clock. It's like, fuck, it's Sunday night, man. We're chilling. We're back.
Third one in a couple days, bro.
Yeah.
My girl asked me the same thing. What? You guys are shooting another podcast? I'm like, yeah, man.
We got to get it back up,
cranking them out.
For real, we have to.
Yep.
All right. Well, shit. For All I Know podcast, thank y'all for tuning in.
Oh, shout out Chewy Gomez's son, Pesos.
Yeah. Shout out Rose Street Collective.
Shout out Rose Street Collective, too.
For real. All right. Peace.